Many women really don't like the term cowgirl. Instead, they'll say cowboy girl or cowboy gal. I've even heard people say, don't call a woman who's a good hand with a horse or with cattle or whatever, don't call her a cowgirl, call her a cowboy. And I think that tells a story about the West that is not accurate. It's not the story of the West that I grew up in. People want to be a cowboy. Why don't they want to be a cowgirl? I chose my cousin to portray in this art because I think she is an incredible horsewoman. She's definitely knows a lot more than I do. She's done it for a long, long time. My art, which I would say I would call contemporary Western art, kind of falls between the cracks sometimes because there's definitely Western galleries and Western shows that my work would not fit in. They would say it's too modern or too contemporary. On the other hand, there's shows that, like the things that aren't Western I would be way too Western for. A lot of times when people go really colorful, they really begin to be more abstract or expressionistic and lose some of the realism to it. And for me, the realism is also important. I literally was riding horses before I could walk, and I know that seems like a tall tale, but it's not. And there's pictures of me. As soon as I could hang on to a saddle horn, I was up there, and my mom said I would cry as soon as they took me off. I just always wanted to be around the horses. Right now we're in Tulsa. It's a lot different living in a city. That's not really my preferred place to live, but there's beauty no matter where you are. And then of course there's the Cowboy Museum in Oklahoma City, and I really try to get down to the Cowboy Museum as much as I can. It's always informative, always beautiful. Looking through the old saddles and all of that, it's so inspiring to look back at the craftsmanship and the patterns and the styles that were used. Hi Priscilla, how are you?
Good, Megan, how are you doing today?
Doing well. So are you ready to get started? So Cowgirl Artists of America is an organization that's working to increase opportunities and representation for female Western artists and makers. The idea for CGA happened in 2018 when I went to a really beautiful Western art show. And as I looked around, I began to notice that there were not very many women. And I just thought, I want to do something about this. And so I just started with Instagram, and I started reaching out to female Western artists, and I would send them a message, hey, your work's beautiful, can I share it? I started doing monthly Zoom meetings, and then people were like, how do I join? How do I join? And don't only get stuck in art-based hashtags. And so in May of 2021, I was like, okay, we're doing it. They are fine artists, so they're painting, sculpting, they're photographers, or traditional artists. So maybe they're saddle makers, or they are boot makers, silversmiths. When I think about it, it's kind of like mind-boggling how much the organization has done in such a short time. I'm really happy with it. Yesterday I called it, what did I call it? Vintage pop. That's what it feels like to me right now, a vintage pop piece, which I don't know if that's a thing or not, but if it isn't, it should be. Women are really good with horses. a lot of times you see these cowgirls out there too with the baby on their hip. All of that is so important, and it's because of women like my Grandma Betty and my Aunt Shelley that women are able to grow up and to do the things that they want to do, because we've been supported to go out there and be cowgirls. So thanks, Grandma.
You're very welcome. You're one of my special kids too.
It's time to celebrate the cowgirl.